My grandma is terrified of snakes. She can't even look at a picture of them, and when she sees them in the movie theater, she has to cover her eyes. Meanwhile, when I see them, I'm not afraid at all. And in fact, I'm planning on going to a reptile expo in a week or two. Which makes me wonder, why are people afraid of snakes? Today, I'm going to go into the science behind why the fear of snakes is so prevalent in today's society. Everyone knows somebody afraid of snakes, or is afraid of them themselves. I know several people afraid of snakes, and it always made me wonder why they felt that way. Because of that, I've done a lot of research on the topic. The fear of snakes comes from both evolution and environment. This common fear may stem from our past. Snakes were a serious threat to our ancestors. A venomous snake bite could have spelled the end for an ancient primate. Because of that, individuals who are more likely to detect and avoid snakes were more likely to pass on their genes to the next generation. As such, our predisposition towards fearing snakes may come from evolution. Humans are predisposed towards recognizing snakes in our environment from an early age. In a 2008 study published in the Journal of Psychological Sciences, LeBeau and Deloche tested infants, 3-year-olds, and adults to see if they recognized images of snakes in a matrix of images faster than other objects. All ages found the snake faster than other objects, such as caterpillars and flowers. This was consistent regardless of whether or not the subject had any fear of snakes. In fact, subjects without a fear of snakes found the snake just as fast as those that did have a fear. So, if even infants recognize snakes quickly, does that mean they immediately fear them? Babies do not innately fear snakes, but they're more likely to fear them when associated with negative stimuli. In a 2011 article published on ABC News by Lee Dye, it says that infants don't see them as threats until they're primed to do so by their environment. Babies associate snakes as potential threats when they are associated with negative stimuli such as screams or fearful faces, with girls being more likely to judge based on people's faces. This, however, isn't the same with things like flowers or caterpillars or frogs, because when they see images of fearful faces put next to flowers, it made no difference in their reactions. All of this leads to the conclusion that humans are not born afraid of snakes, but they are more likely to fear them when associated with negative stimuli. The widespread fear of snakes comes from our evolution to recognize snakes in our environment and to be predisposed towards fearing them. But if children aren't exposed to snakes as something to be feared, then they're not likely to fear them. Everybody knows somebody afraid of snakes, myself included. So, hey, if you don't want your kids to be afraid of snakes, show no fear.